Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am playing Octopath Traveler. Last episode... While I'm burping, I'm sorry. Last episode we finished off the final side story. I'm actually going to take a look at my journey. Look at this beautiful banners over here. Wait, what? Am I still missing some side stories somewhere? Really, huh? Did I seriously... Wait. Excuse me for a moment. While I go and take a look at all of the quests to see if I have everything. Just because I'm curious, because I would expect all the banners to be at, like, of equal length. Let's see. I'm sorry, people. I'll meet you guys back here once I've figured this out. Okay, so after taking a look at all of the quest stuff, I thought these banners would all align beautifully like the main story ones do, but they don't. I've done all the quests. Some of them are just longer than other ones, because fuck you, that's why. So yeah, whatever. In this episode, we're gonna go over to the ruins of Hornburg. Which is just a place that we fast travel to instead of running over there. Which is interesting. Ooh. Spoopy. This must be interesting for Oberg to be here again. Anything of it? No. No secrets for me. Save point, huh? I think I'm gonna save in a different spot. After, you know, clearing everything in the game except for this. Whatever this may be. Oh, hello.
Is that so?
So I'll find Father on the other side, truly.
Indeed.
Trust me, kid. He is there, waiting for you. I see. Very well then.
Is something the matter?
Oh, forgive me.
I'm not feeling so well. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up soon.
Yes.
I'll be waiting for you.
What have we here?
Oh, here's a familiar face. Fancy meeting you here. I trust you came for kids, yes?
However...
Apologies, but the lad is quite special to me. My soulmate, if you will.
I think not.
I'll thank you not to interfere. That's assuming you could interfere, even if you wanted to.
The Gate of Finis.
Pass beyond the Gate of Finis and never again may you return to this world.
I leave it to you.
Follow us if you so choose, but first be certain that is truly the path you wish to thread.
Fareth thee well.
Or tread. Whatever. Hello, Gate of Finis. So the foreshadowing was for this game, huh? Oh boy. Ooh. A song I've never heard before. What is this? Oh, okay. Huh. I can see some flames. I'm gonna listen to this music for a bit. Because I've not heard the song before. Let me guess, there's 8 flames? Of course there's 8 flames. Huh. So the Gate of Finis exists. And we are here. To battle with the unholy presence.
I will not fail.
Oh!
Bring it on!
What are you weak against again? Because I don't remember. Not daggers.
My turn now.
Spears? No, because you use spears.
Have at you.
Swords! Yes, okay. We got something.
Victory shall be mine.
I can do a lion dog. I can do lion dog, huh? He's not weak to lights. Okay.
Here we go.
Ba 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 ba.
Guardian, Lion Dog.
Crossbeer. Meh. Pathetic.
I'll do my best.
Shooting stars.
Star. Pierce our foes.
Nice. Actually, kind of not nice, but whatever. It's fine. Ba, 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 ba. An armor cross of you. So this is gonna be a boss rush, huh? Well,
Here we go.
I think I'll be
Let's get
fine.
Down to work. Wind
Ba,
Hill.
ba.
Show no mercy.
Also weak against arrows, huh? Well, you're dead. It's quite simple. No? Holy crap, he lives.
Well then.
Only barely, but he lives.
Malefic star. Pierce our foes.
He still lives. Holy crap.
The blade is unbending. I wreak havoc upon thee.
Okay. Let's find out.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
No money. From the Diary of Graham Crossford. Part the second. Wait a second though. You know what I'm gonna do, friends? I'm gonna go and first do all these battles and then I'll go and read whatever the game is gonna tell me. I think. That seems like a decent idea. That way I can like continue to listen to the music without breaking any of the other stuff. Let's do it. Probably should have healed, but whatever.
This should be
Simeon.
fun.
Hello, Simeon.
I'll not be defeated.
Ba, 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 ba. Silence comes, indeed.
Bring it on.
You know what also comes? Your death.
Out of my way.
Let me go into this. Ba, 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 ba,
Have at
ba,
you.
ba, ba, ba. Ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, bum, bum, doo-doo-dum, doo-doo-doo-dum. Bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-da-bum. I love this game so much. But actually, I have rehabilitate. What am I doing?
This will heal your
Ba-da-ba-da-bum,
wounds.
ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
I'll do my best.
Let's go and do a heal more.
Bring about a miracle.
I'm not going to go for damage in this turn. I just want to set up a little bit more. Let's go on armor cross of you.
I see through your defenses.
Well, I can do some damage, which is not that much. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go for a Phoenix Storm. 46,000 damage. Nice.
I shall cleave you in two.
What's the big idea?
Master of Silence, huh? Really? So this is just your thing, huh? Of course it's not gonna be weak against daggers, what am I thinking? He's weak against swords right now. Bows? No.
Shucks.
Maybe axes. Yes, but he's immune to that right now. Did I just use spears already? Whatever. Canes. No. Is this just your thing right now? Just silencing everybody constantly? Because that's very annoying.
Use this.
Here we go.
Okay, let's see. Can I concoct some stuff that will heal silence? I don't think so. No. I could technically heal it. Sure. I'm gonna rehabilitate Therion, I
I
think.
got just what you need.
Because I can stun him in the next turn. If I get all of my hits on the Guardian Lion Dog in any
Nothing.
case.
Guardian Lion Dog.
Nope. I don't. Surprise, I don't. I guess it's not too big of a surprise then. I guess I've tried everything. Well, Dagger. Boiling Blood, which increases his attack. Right. It doesn't really matter too much. I'll just go for normal damage then. It's not amazing, but whatever. It's something.
Adam, I'm ready. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Saber Reckoning. 69,000 damage.
All right, let's get down to work.
And time for Windhild's Battle Cry.
Show no mercy.
Goodbye. Not bad.
Ha! Try again.
As Ophelia levels up and gets even more stuffs. Right. So once again, we're touching those things when we are done with the rest. I kind of want... What does this do again? Right, these things will trigger twice. Would that be good? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about changing her job for the moment over to Rune Lord. Because if I can get her to have increased magic potential, that would be pretty freaking amazing. But I'm not sure if she's gonna get there though. Right. Let me go and give you the Trade Wind Spear again, and Heathcote's Dagger maybe? Yeah, sure. Alright. This is interesting. I'm fine. Let's go. Ah, Darius.
Fun.
Are you weak to light? No. I don't remember the weakness of the bosses, which is
Bring it on.
not that good for me. Not against swords, no. Okay. Steal HP, he misses me though, which is freaking amazing.
I'll not be defeated.
Let's try Shooting Stars.
Lightning stars. Pierce our
Just weak
foes.
against wind. Okay.
Victory shall
Also spears. Okay.
All right.
Alright, break the bugger. Trade 2 items.
I'll
Nice.
not be defeated.
Alright. Let's go and give a Star Song over to
Wandering planets.
Therion to increase his damage even further.
Victory shall be mine.
Right. And then Olberic, you can just attack normally, so that we can go for Brand's Thunder in the next turn.
Let's do this. Time to steal the show.
Alright. Lots of
I'll not
damage.
be defeated. Here I go.
Let's go with this,
Stayora, Starwalker, look upon us.
which does some damage.
The High Blade is on. I
Darius is
wreak
still
havoc upon thee.
fine. He's not
Here we
yellow
go.
yet,
Let's
so...
get down to work.
You yellow?
Windhill, show no mercy.
Let's see if Windhild can do it. I don't think so, though. Wow. Nope. Windhild can definitely do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
See you later, shitlord. Okay, that gives Ophelia another... another skill. Back to Rune Lord. She looks really cute as a Rune Lord? A Rune Lord. Not a Loon Lord. Right. Yeah. Right. Let's go and give you your equipment again. Cool. Let's go and do some healing. And let's begin with the next one. Oh boy. Dragon. It's a dragon. It is a dragon. Lightning?
Tonight, risk. Come in.
Nope.
Here goes nothing.
Bows, I think. Yeah, bows is one of his weakness.
Now then,
Swords,
my way.
yes. Okay.
Well then,
Spears, no.
I'll do my best.
Ophelia, I guess you can go and I'm gonna do this, just to stop him from buffing.
This place clean.
Just in case.
Here goes nothing.
Right. I think you're probably gonna have enough weakness. Yeah, it's Axis. Swept away. I forgot about that. Meh.
My turn.
Okay. So Axis is one of your weaknesses. You also have a weakness to some kind of element. Let's try darkness.
Maria.
No. Then it might be light.
How about you?
Let's go and continue hitting you. You know, as you do. Light.
Flux. Con.
Yep. Down it goes. Okay. Bum, ba, bum,
How
bum,
about you?
bum, bum, bada, bum, bada, bum, bum, ba, ba, dum, ba, ba, dum, ba, ba. I'm gonna give an inspiring plant to him. And then
Here goes nothing.
Alvin can just go for Windhild's battle cry, isn't it?
Windhild. Show no mercy.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. Anything else you can do? And poison.
Your poison.
Why not?
Let's do this. Time to
Right,
steal the
Aber's
show.
Reckoning. Beautiful 41,000 damage.
My blade is I wreak
And then
havoc
Brand's
upon
Thunder.
thee.
Which is not a killing, of course. What did I expect, really? I was really hoping the poison would kill, and that would be funny as hell. Brain's Wind has gone wary. Dragonfire. Yeah, that was gonna do some damage.
My turn.
Okay. You're still weak to light, so
Flux. Con.
I will continue to hit you with light.
Victory shall be mine.
And axes. And swords.
Here goes nothing.
Nice. Guardian Lion Dog.
Guardian Lion Dog.
Nice. Okay. Ophelia.
Well, then, prepare yourself.
Let's go and hit him with a big shooting stars.
Here's our foes.
Okay. So that I think does more damage
Grow
than
more evil.
the other one does, unless if I have like full party BP. Alright, cool. That was a mess, but it's fine. We're fine. Right. At least, you know, for the moment. There's still 4 more to go.
I will not fail.
Hello. It's Hulk Hogan again.
All right.
I'm sorry. Okay, skeletons are weak against axes. I think they'll also be weak against light.
Flux. Con.
No, they're not. Wow. Unexpected. Quite unexpected, if I do say so myself. Okay.
How about you?
Let's go and give... Bam, ba, bam, ba, bam. Yes, let's go and give bam, ba, ba, bam. No. A normal energizing pomegranate to you.
Use this.
Well, then,
Ophelia, you can go and do a star song on him.
wandering planets, show us a path.
Which gives Asterion the ability to do this
Time to steal the show.
for a sizable amount of damage. Let me also go and give an energizing pomegranate to you. Bam, ba, bam, ba, bam.
All right. Let's get down to work.
So that we can do Windhild's battle
Show
cry.
no mercy.
That takes care of them.
Now then.
Yvonne is almost dead. And let me go and do some first aid on him.
You shall be healed.
My
Really? That's what this guy does?
Con.
Right.
Prepare yourself.
Here they can go for another shooting stars.
Here's our foes.
Which does not kill him.
Here we go.
That's, you can go for, I guess, Phoenix Storm.
Phoenix Storm.
And goodbye.
Ha! Try again.
So Alberic reaches level 69. Nice. Also, Ophelia has enough points to get the other 2 skills. which will give her magic defense. Right. Whoopsie. First we gotta change that job of yours. Right. So you get Light Rune and then Transfer Rune. There we go. Right, you can go back to being a Starseer. Great Wind Spear, he's Great Stagger. And then I'm gonna get rid of Surpassing Power because I don't think that that's gonna be super useful for you. Elemental Edge. Elemental attack and defense in battle has been increased now. Cool. Okay. Now, do I want to get any more skills on Alberic? Because he does have a lot of JP, I think. So, also you could get this. But the thing is, you don't use magic. Basically, you don't use it to do damage in any case. I'll see what I do eventually. Right. Let's go and do some healing grapes. There we go. And let us venture forth.
Let's get this over.
Ah, Matthias. I have not fought you that much, so I don't know what you're all about. You're weak against light, if anything. Alright. Consuming darkness. Bop, bop, ba-da-ba-da-bop. Bop, bop,
Well
bop.
then,
Starseer skills? Well, yeah, that's gonna break him.
here's our foes.
Because of the light damage. Right. Alpin,
Alright.
let's go and concoct some pomegranate stuff.
Try this.
You know what? I'm gonna change Alberic to a thief.
Now then, out of my way!
Because then I can use Alberic's turn.
My blade
Well-
is unbending!
You know what? Now I'll just leave it at this.
I wreak havoc upon thee!
I'm ready. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Huh. Let's get down to work, Windhild. Show no mercy.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. That's insane. Alright. Cool. 2 more. And then we are going to do a heck of a lot of reading. So be prepared. Hey, Toxic Tiger. Bam 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 bam. Ram ba dam ba dam ba dam ba dam bam bam.
Venta Sultan.
Not weak against winds. Oh boy. Gotta find a weakness.
Malefic stars, pierce our foes.
A weakness against lights. Okay.
Bring it on.
Mayhaps weak against
Keep
spears?
torn.
Yep. So from spears and onwards.
How about you?
Nah, whatever. I want to break him in the next turn anyway, so. You know what? I can break him with the power of these 2 boys in front, so let me go and do a armor aggressive.
I see through the defenses.
Here goes nothing.
Let's hit him with a spear. And then Alberic can go and do 1,000 spears. And hopefully hit, you know, twice.
I'll not be
Right.
defeated.
Star Song on him.
Wandering planets, show us the path.
There we go.
I'm ready. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Nice.
Victory
Really close to the damage cap.
is unbending!
That's my favorite.
I wreak havoc upon thee!
Here we go. Alrighty.
Right, let's go for Windhild's battle cry.
Windhild, show no mercy.
And that's gonna kill him. There we go.
Ha! Try again.
And that's it. Right, and let's go and challenge the final one.
Let's get this over with.
Hello, Werner. Nice.
Here we go.
Axes? Yes. Did not expect that, but sure.
What's the big idea?
Oppression, which lowers your physical defenses and power.
Lux. Con.
Also weak to light still.
How about you?
No weakness against swords, probably weak against daggers, yeah. Yep. Ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum-bum. That was not a good idea, though. I'm thinking about it. Well... let's go and test something, shall we? Purifying dust. Essence of pomegranate.
Try this.
Ah, doesn't give as much as I wanted. Yeah, I'm still gonna do it though. Let's see. Medium pomegranate on yourself.
I'll take this.
Let's see. We have a lot of BP in the party right now.
Prepare yourself.
So let's try Steor's Prophecy.
Stayora, Starwalker.
Wait, she doesn't have surpassing power. Crap. Well, it was a nice effort, but it was in vain.
Is unbending. I wreak havoc
Meh.
upon thee.
Whatever. Like I said, it was a nice try. If anything. Shifted his weight. Sweep.
Witchery.
Let's say fucking
Shucks.
bastard stopped us from boosting. Unable to immune to all attribute. I guess I can use that on Alvin. Sure.
Sunlight, burn this place clean.
Oh, it makes him immune for the next turns. Ah, I see. I thought it was gonna work a little bit differently.
Con.
To be quite honest. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's go for a Healing Great Bunch.
Use this.
Right. Now we're gonna break you.
Lux. Con.
Let me see.
Shucks.
So Therion doesn't need to boost. You are gonna lose this in the next turn. So let me go and concoct some Essence of Grape
Try
stuff.
this.
Restore a little bit of HP. Ophelia, let's go and give Therion the Star Song.
Wandering planets, show us a path.
Old Barrick, you can use another Healing Great
Use
Bunch.
this.
Let's do this.
Right. He doesn't have lower defense, but whatever. It is still going to do
Let's get down to work.
some damage.
Killed. Show no mercy.
Goodbye.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright. Alright, let us start from the bottom left. Oh no, please, please, please. Okay. I was about to say, please let me read this stuff. Okay, it's the door to the next area, probably. Am I gonna be fighting like all of the bosses, or whatever? I'm gonna start reading. Let's go. From the diary of Lord Geoffrey Azelhart. I kept my faith, I say. What just... is that my phone? Yes, I just don't know where it is. Where did my... where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, down here. Sorry. Way to break the freaking tension. Alright, I get my faith. I stayed true to my convictions until the end. Several years before my death, a shadow fell upon my dear noble court, a shadow known as the Obsidians. They brought with them sweet words and false promises, but I would not lend them my ear. Once they came to understand that I would not be swayed to their way of thinking, they came after my life, time and time again. Or time and again, whatever. I would not allow myself to be daunted. I dug deeper into the truth to uncover their intentions, their ties, and the mastermind behind their villainy. And my search eventually led me to learn of the Gate of Finis. In the end, I was murdered by the men who caught wind of my discoveries, yet I do not regret my actions. I lived true to the words of my house and did all I could for the sake of my people. My sole regret is that I have left Primrose alone to pick up the pieces of this broken pile I left behind. My precious daughter should not have to bear such a burden on her shoulders. Primrose. You stood before my grave and told me, did you not, that you had lived true to what I had taught you. You are strong, my daughter. You found your own cause and the purpose you found was the continuation of my very own. You carried on in my footsteps and finished what I started. My dear Primrose, when I think of how much you must have suffered all alone, all I can do is beg you to forgive me. Now the time has come for you to lay down your burden and rest. It is time you forget about me and find happiness, a happiness of your own this time, for I will always be with you. From Jeffrey Azelhart. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, part 2. All hope was lost, my beloved was forever gone. I'd finally finished the elixir, but it was too late, mere days too late. My one true love had drawn her last breath, just as I was racing back to her side, medicine in hand, and heart filled with her new hope. For 3 days and 3 nights I lost myself in tears, a river of tears, too deep and raging for me to ford my way across it. It was after the funeral that the woman found me, Le Black, she called herself. In the depths of my anguish, my life bereft of all meaning, she asked me a simple question, terrible in its implications. Wouldn't you like to see your beloved once more? That insidious offer, a mere whisper in the wind, took hold of me. Try as I might, I could not close my ears to it. As if it would mean seeing my love even once more, then I would give my very life without regret. Le Black spoke of the Gate of Finis, which separates this world from the next. If I could find it and cast it open, I could bring my beloved back to my side. I had heard the legends before, of course, but for the first time I found myself desperate to believe them, begging the help of one of Kit's companions. I set out to the southeast. It was a fool's journey, but what else remained to me but a fool's hope? On my way I passed through the village of Clearbrook. There I came across a young boy, stricken with illness and lingering just outside death's door. Convulsions racked his small frame, and his skin was mottled with a purplish pox. I recognized the symptoms at once. How could I not? It was the same foul malady that stole my beloved from me. There. I felt the touch of fate in this meeting. Though I had not been in time to save my true love, I still carried the elixir I had labored so long to create. A remedy that could do nothing for her now. There was no doubt in my mind what I must do, and so I treated the boy with my medicine. When I looked at the boy's face, finally at peace and in calm repose, I saw my beloved again. In her gentle eyes I found forgiveness. I hope I can do that too someday. Such were the boy's words to me, when he was strong enough to speak again. He told me that he wished to follow in my footsteps and become a great apothecary. His words were a reward I never expected. In that moment I felt as though my journey was perhaps not a fool's one after all. I left what remained of the elixir and the rest of my medicines behind with the boy, and I set out once more, turning my feet again to the Gate of Finis. Little did I know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life. From the records of House Ravis, from the time of my first memories, I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, and what it meant to be the head of House Ravis, and on what it was I must give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. The House of Ravis blessed with many treasures, and many who covet them, to one born in the House of Ravis, or Ravis, whatever, such things are as natural and given as the blue of the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it is our duty to protect those treasures from those who would use them for ill, and among all the treasures there were none greater than the Dragonstones. The Dragonstones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis by the legendary King Beowulf I of Hornburg, and they have been passed down in our family ever since. Stones are said to have come from a land far to the east, and they are worth far more than their weight in gold, but that is not where their true value lies. A power sleeps within them, and it makes them valuable beyond mortal comprehension. For the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stones house the power of the great worms whose name they bear. It is said that the great sorcerer Odin Crossford used the power of the Dragonstones to seal shut the Gate of Finis. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in the founding of Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this: power in itself is neither good nor evil. It is the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others, the loyal knight who would become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about boundless good or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the Dragonstones safe and protect them from those who would wield them for dark ends. Yet, given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others who would claim it for themselves. Once the Dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our many other riches. Even kith and kin cannot be trusted to stand against such temptation. Once rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stones, at the behest of my own relatives. It may be that those who sabotaged the carriage of my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own blood. Oh, my poor Cordelia, what is to become of you? You are too gentle to ever doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach you on the other side. Yet this I hope you know. Though a time may come when you are betrayed by one you trust, I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best, for there are those truly worthy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them and keep them close at your side. Good lord, my voice. Did not expect I would be doing this much reading again. I held onto such faith, and I was rewarded with a loyal companion worth 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely such a friend will also appear before you, one worthy of your faith. Our faith. And so I beg of you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others, for it is this faith that will save you in the end. Let me go and drink something for a moment. Jesus. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the 3rd. How could I have been so wrong? All I thought of was bringing my beloved back to the world of the living. When the Black told me such a thing could be done, I was all too willing to swallow her pretty words. The moment I arrived before the gate, I felt a finger of ice run along my spine. Even if my mind had been too slow to recognize it, my very body was repelled by that gate. That gate, or more precisely, what lay beyond it. While I struggled to catch my breath, LeBlanc sketched out a magic circle on the ground with practiced ease. As she traced each twisted line and rune, her hand never faltered. How many times must she have prepared for this moment in her heart of hearts? It was at that moment that I realized just how she had longed for this moment. How fiercely she desired to see the dark ritual to completion. Only by this ritual may the gate be opened. It will not be pleasant for you, but you must bear it if you wish to see your beloved once more. So LeBlanc spoke as she led me to the center of the magic circle. As she began the ritual, the first thing I felt was a great pain that struck my entire body at once. It was followed by a strange sensation like nothing I'd ever experienced. I felt myself stretching and swelling from the inside out. From the corner of my eye, I saw my own hands changing into something foreign and awful. And then the fear. LeBlanc watched my transformation with a glow in her eyes. It was then I knew this ritual was not intended to open the gate and bring my wife back to me. Yes, I know what truly lies beyond the gate of Finis. That horror is what LeBlanc sought to bring back to our world. And I was to be the vessel. I'd be lying if I said I had no idea this was coming. My conversations with LeBlanc had led me to suspect that this ritual would not work for just anyone. It seemed that you needed my blood, the blood of House Crossford. Descended from an ancient line of sorcerers. That is why I must be the one to prevent her plan from succeeding. For if I fail, she will only turn her sights upon my dear kid. No, that I cannot allow. So while I realized before the end what the Black intended, I continued to accompany her in her aims so that I could see the truth of the ritual for myself, and foil it however I could. Little did I know that I was dealing with a power far, far beyond any mortal's control or conception. I felt my own sense of self growing faint and distant, and something else entirely filling me. I resisted it with all that I had, but that present to that thing, a being like myself, a fragile human spirit, could be crushed as easily as an insect beneath your heel. Then, just before my mind was completely consumed by the darkness, I saw the smiling faces of my wife and son one last time. I screamed. The memory of my voice was dying. The memory of my wife gave me the power to resist at that last critical moment. I imagine the Black herself did not think I would ever strike back at her, but I had already grown far stronger than I had been as a man. Even when I only managed to land a single blow to her, it cut her deep. She staggered back and the ritual was interrupted. This is my chance. This is my chance, indeed. All I need to do is chase after her if she flees and cut her evil at the root, bringing everything to an end. That is what I must do. But why am I? Where am I going? Why am I turning into something else? Something less and less human. And so I wander the land without aim. There are periods of time I cannot remember. I come back to myself surrounded by destruction, no memories, but I know it wasn't me. These blackouts grow more frequent. They come for me now. No, stay your hands. I am no monster. I am a man. I am a man. Wait. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed with Red Eye is that his scream sounded awfully human. So I think Red Eye might have been him, if I am to believe this story. I also think that I'm reading this in the incorrect order, but whatever. I don't care. I think I needed to start from the top left, but I don't care too much. From the Diary of Matthias, Prophet of the Accursed Flame. Once I too believed in the teaching of the Sacred Flame. I led the people in this light as a servant of the Church. No one could have doubted that I was saying was anything but a pious believer in those days. And when I look back upon it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. I cannot speak anymore. It's very difficult for me to speak. Well, my voice is just not fun. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll keep pushing through this. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met LeBlanc. But no. I was with a catalyst. What was already growing within me. Even before LeBlanc appeared, those feelings had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed to was destroyed in a conflagration started by a capricious strike of lightning. The flames spread before we even knew what was happening, before we knew it. We were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost to the flames, even the innocent young children who I'd loved so dearly. They had committed no sins. They did not deserve to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ash. So I prayed to the flame. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was. Even after they were dead and gone, I believed that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us, that a miracle might occur. And so I offered up every scrap of faith that I had, until at long last I realized the truth. Believing in the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle, and if my faith could not bring me, and those I left succor in our time of greatest need, then it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power I needed was forbidden. I would use that power for the force of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally open. It was not something I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true savior. While LeBlanc may not have been responsible for my enlightenment, I am still grateful to her. After all, she is the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years, free from aging. The dark secrets written in that tome can allow a man to cheat death, and I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. I gained eternal life for close enough, as a true savior should. I then took it upon myself as my duty to save as many people as I could, with the power granted to me, and so I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. If the sacred flame could be weakened, yet more of Caldera's accursed power would seep through the gate of Finis, and I'd be able to claim even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me. But the long march of time was my ally. It wore away the lives and the memories of any and all who once knew me. Until it was as if my face had been washed away like words written in sand. None who still live would remember me as an apostate to the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is still a challenge. And so I worked my way back into the church's graces as a traitor Matthias. Even the venerable Archbishop Joseph did not suspect me for the moment. Every step of the way, fate has shown me that I am in the right. I was able to uncover Caldera's altar because I am right. I was able to use a fragment of Caldera's power to bring about a miracle because I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as an ally, I never wanted for money nor power. The Obsidians served me well, whether they knew it or not. Simeon claimed never to have spoken of me to the others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against the others, if the need ever arose, or if it was simply that he did not trust me, but it hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I succeeded in debilitating Archbishop Joseph with the poison the Obsidians had provided me. It was a beautiful poison. No one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. All that remained for me to do was cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flame bearer, and the sacred flame would soon burn black. That is That is what was meant to be. That is what was about to be. But no. Damn it all to the farthest reaches of hell. The culmination of all I had worked for was mere inches away, so close I could feel the kiss of the accursed flame, and instead it was all snatched away. That fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galdera's flame to the world. Why should I be left in a black hell? It is dark here, the blackness. It is all-consuming, darker than 1,000 starless nights. Please someone, anyone, bring me some light. Whew. Interesting. I'm gonna drink something, because I really need it. Yeah, I really did not expect I would be reading this much still, otherwise I would not have continued. But how am I supposed to know what happens in the Gate of Finis? Didn't even know it freaking existed before I began this session. Or this episode, really. Alright. From the diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Family. No, Royal Academy, sorry. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days. My prior student Lucia brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was the best suited to the position of headmaster. There was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability, and so she taught me many things. One being the existence of ancient tomes containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlasdam's great libraries. And no eyes but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It's the last extant tract of the legendary sage known as Solomon, whose name lives on in history through the land of his birth, the kingdom of Bernstein, has long since been forgotten. Long has it been said that he who can decipher its true meaning would obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus, a great scholar was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within that tome. The doddering fool who now serves as headmaster could never do such a thing. But a genius such as you, Yvonne, surely you, of all scholars in the realm, are up to the task. Yes, that was how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in that single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold, and more critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? This woman told me that the then headmaster holding a lofty office he had done so little to deserve was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks, and so I had him assassinated, just as he wishes, or she wished, leaving not a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted from me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius, with Lucia as my assistant. I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I had planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my grasp. How did it come all to this? Damn that accursed Lucia. Damn that heartless, conniving witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need for me. That was why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and let Cyrus ride to me, so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. Despicable, loathsome, hateful woman, death has not cooled my fury, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you, and at the unholy witch you brought to my side. May the deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May the foul witch LeBlanc be banished beyond the farthest reaches of hell. My voice is dead tomorrow. Which is fine. I don't plan to do anything tomorrow anyway. This is the first part, yeah. From the Diary of Graham Crossword. Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow. My travels, my beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest I be too late in the end. Made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I required was a pinion of an ogre eagle, a most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their home in the forest of Rube, beyond that vast emerald sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that, but the captain was none other than Leon Bestral. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or ten of that dread pirate captain? The very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palms sweating. Yet I found the man himself to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Bestral stood at the helm of a merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste, and implored him to let me aboard. I'm afraid I don't just let anyone aboard my ship, he told me, and I felt as though I was being put to some kind of test. It was clear this was a man who did not so easily place his trust in others. My coin purse, as impoverished as my hopes, I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. Aha. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it you will find a record of every region of this vast continent, every town I have visited, and every path I have tread. Surely such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage. After all, what need had I of such a log then? My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved's side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. Oh my god. I'm burping. And oh boy. If you're wondering, I'm fine. I'm really fine. I'm just burping, having hiccups, and my voice is dying. You'd have me believe the leaves of that old book are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. You must have had quite a journey. Wouldn't mind hearing about it, as you swap my decks. As the ship tossed by the stormy seas, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we parted, not countless moons, and I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her, with that gentle smile still graced to her lips. Or wow, whatever. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me a little longer. I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with it. Captain Leon, but looking back, I'm relieved that it left my hands when it did. Surely it is better that my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than a bitter pain I would eventually find at journey's end. Go and drink a little bit more. Records of Lord Werner of Riverford. Hornburg will fall. I still remember her smile as she said the words. It was a score of years ago now, mayhap more. A simple sellsword I was then, when she came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark promise in her eyes. She knew as well as I did, yes, that I had far greater aspirations than selling my sword for coin. But coin would have to be a start, and what a start she offered me. Not only the leaves to free me from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for to invest in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I'd always dreamed of was finally within my grasp. I could use her to get all I'd ever wanted, or so I thought, and so I took the girl up on her offer and began my plot to bring down an entire kingdom. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything, so I created my own sellsword company, the Black Brotherhood, I called it. I spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornburg. Then, using what I had learned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used the girl's connections to make my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I took the worst of the lots, those with no scruples and nowhere else to go, and made them out to be bandits and thieves. I set these villains to attack the borders of Hornburg, and then my Black Brotherhood would turn them back. It was quite a performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance at beating us to the site of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew ahead of time exactly where they would happen, since the foes we faced in those battles were in fact our own men. It was an easy feat to give the appearance of a crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in those borderlands. Ingraining myself with the families of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses in Hornburg. The tales of the Black Brotherhood had spread throughout the realm. By then, and and I used that woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfred was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It'd be no small feat to win their hearts away from him, in which case things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last long without the people's love for their liege binding them together. And so my eyes ended upon Erhard, who held a bitter hatred for of the king within him. I had him appointed as a member of the king's own guard, so that he could be in a perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Erhard a chance that he was all too eager to seize, mixing lies and truths, lit a fire among this strong young warrior I befriended. I could spout any lie and it would not have mattered. Humans care little for facts. They believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me just 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had come to settle my account with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the lands and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the honest truth, this was not easy. I could have gained even more had I remained at the woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams. But to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to serve so long at her beck and call to bring down a kingdom. She is beautiful, there can be no doubt of that, but did I desire her even for a moment? No. For within that attractive trapping was evil, pure evil, intent on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison, she was a witch. And so I cut myself off from her entirely, and did not look back. Funny though, is it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin. As surely as I had indulged her in her poisonous touch, for in the end, just as I felt Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last night, and laid me alone. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of this. I was playing Octopath Traveler, and next episode we're going to go and see what's beyond the next gate. Goodbye.